My name is William S. Dill. I worked at Corpus Christi Army Depot. I went to work there middle of April in '64. Transferred from Fort Worth Army Depot down there. I was hired by George Willie. He was a good supervisor. And I worked for George until I retired. I retired in 1975 on disability. And later on I had cancer and had to take 40 treatments of radiation, clear it up. Now every year I have to go down and run a test to make sure that it's still low. But
what kind of cancer did you have, Mr. Dill?
prostate.
Prostate cancer. And what year was that?
89, I think it was.
Okay, that was after you retired?
Yeah.
Okay, now, you was kind of like the head of supply, is that correct? Or
I was the chief of Supply Quality Control Division.
okay. And let me ask you this. When you was there at CCAD, were the planes coming back from Vietnam clean or dirty?
They were coming back dirty.
And what did you see that made you...
They said they cleaned them up, but they weren't cleaned up. There was blood spatters. There was litter of all kinds. One day my inspector called me and said, "Mr. Dill, I've got a hold of a bomb. I can't turn it loose. It's mixed up in these web gear." And he had a hold of it and he couldn't get it out. And he had to hold it till he could get somebody else could get a knife and cut the web out and he could take it out there and dispose of it. They dropped it and he had to hold it until somebody come down there and he could throw it in a deal to get rid of it. It blew up.
Because the Corpus Christi Army Depot was claiming that all the helicopters that came back from Vietnam were decontaminated. That they had no blood in them, or they had no bullets or bandages or...
I had a .45 pistol, and I used to get my spare ammunition from the floors of the helicopters. .45 semi-automatic. And I've still got it. Still got the old pistol.
Now, Agent Orange causes cancer and it causes sugar diabetes. Do you have sugar diabetes?
No.
Does your wife have it?
No, we don't have it yet.
Okay. Did you bring your dirty clothes? Well, you was kind of working in the office, right? You didn't...
I was out in the area every day. I went to buildings 7, 11, 258, building 8, 8A, hangars 43 through whatever they are, 48. And I knew a lot of the people there. I had people working there. We had the inspection stations in hangar 45 and 46 for a long time.
Now, what were some of the people that worked under you from Della Rosa's office?
Della Rosa's office.
You had a man named Allan Martinez, is this correct?
He worked in, when we split into two branches, he went into another branch, and I don't remember what his supervisor's name was. It's been a good while back. And
he worked for Della Rosa, right?
no, he worked for me.
Okay.
And,
Now, well, the reason
well, they all worked for me.
Right.
48 of them worked for me.
Okay. You was like a branch chief? Or
I was a division chief.
You was a division chief. Now, Mr. Allan Martinez is claiming in the Corpus Christi Army...
Allan Martinez worked for me.
Okay. Mr. Allan Martinez is claiming that all the helicopters that came back from Vietnam were very clean and decontaminated. And we had talked to over 30 people saying that they weren't.
Not even the fuel sumps. They were filthy, dirty, and contaminated also.
So the Army is using Mr. Allan Martinez's statement to deny all of us claims with the U.S. Department of Labor. And I can't understand why he did that.
I can't either.
Okay. Now, you retired what year?
1975.
1975. And, you know, Mr. Dill, I really appreciate you giving us this interview, and that you did have prostate cancer, and that hopefully it's better now. Is it? Are you in remission?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I'm 17 years in remission.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, I know.
God bless you. Okay, I guess that's about it, Mr. Dill, unless you have something else you want to say.
Well, we did sampling on incoming products from the dealers here in Corpus Christi, the suppliers that furnish products for Corpus Christi Army Depot. And we would get all kinds of welding gas and oxygen, everything from all over. And we had to draw samples from it and keep records of it. Because sometimes it would get down into maintenance and they'd say, it's contaminated, it's got water in it. But we never found it, and I called the FBI and asked them, and I talked to them about it several times.
Did you have a subcontractor named Page Airways work on some of the helicopters?
Page Airways, he was just a subcontractor in the Corpus Christi area. They were big up probably in Missouri or someplace up in there.
We have some guys that work for Page Airlines or Airways, and now they're claiming they're sick because they worked on the helicopters before they sent them to the depot, is what they're saying. So, well, again, do you have anything else you want to say, or you're welcome to say anything you want?
Yeah, I guess not. I couldn't figure out why Allan would say that.
I don't know either. And I worked with Allan, and I don't know. But anyway, Mr. Dill, we really appreciate your time and your effort in trying to help us.